So just let it go. That's funny.
Hello and welcome back to Nat Chat. I'm Mirella Rich. If you've just joined us, we're here with Michelle Meehan, who is a musician, singer and songwriter. Welcome back to the program, Michelle.
Thanks, Mirella.
And throughout your experience of performing, in all these gigs you've done, have you got any memorable or favourite experiences, or both?
Oh, yeah, there's a few. Like one time at the Malden Festival, I was playing in a venue. They just had a church set up with the audience there. And
A church setup?
yeah, so we were playing acoustic. We weren't plugged in or anything.
Oh,
and it
okay,
was,
yeah.
in a festival, they take over the whole town and they just use different places as venues for the festival. And we were doing a set, me and Steve on the drums and Jay on the bass. And I had a whistling solo in one of my songs, and then I sort of invited the whole room full of people to whistle along with me. And it was great, this whole choir of whistling.
Oh, how gorgeous. And they all participated?
Yeah, in the acoustics of this big church.
Wow.
It was lovely.
And did it sound good?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was a bit chaotic.
And what about the other one you were telling me off camera about, when you just kept laughing when you got on stage?
Oh yeah, this one time I was playing in Bendigo at a pub, and there was like a larger than usual audience, and they were all kind of paying attention. And I had a friend in the audience who I knew a bit, and she knew what the actual song was about that I was playing. And we just looked at each other, it was so cheeky. And I just started giggling, and I waited for the giggling to stop, and I kept playing the guitar and sort of turning away from the mic to excuse myself. And then I'd start to try and sing, and then I'd start giggling again. So I'd have to just keep playing until the giggling stopped. And eventually I'd played the whole song, so it must have been 5 solid minutes of giggling. And then I've stopped and, I had my drink and composed myself and kept going.
And you also talk to the audience during the songs as if they're, you're having coffee with them and they're all your friends. Tell us about that experience.
Oh, it's like, I really feel myself on stage with a guitar. That's just when I feel really comfortable in my zone.
Yeah.
And I just talk to the audience while I'm tuning the guitar or something. And yeah, it's like talking to your best mate over coffee. I just feel really able to relate to people like that.
That's good. That's nice. And tell us about the experience on Pop Tarts.
Oh yeah, this guy, Ron Brown, he contacted me through MySpace, and he was putting on a show called Pop Tarts at a bar in Melbourne. And basically they were going to film it and then eventually make a TV show out of it or something. So yeah.
Was that enjoyable?
Yeah, it was. It was a nice experience.
Okay.
It was a nice stage and a nice venue.
Yeah.
And the other girls that all played were great.
And we're going to close the show, in the next part of the show, with 3 of your songs. So can you just talk us through each one of those songs, where you got your ideas from and what the story is about? The first one.
The first one I'm going to play is called So Sorry, and for lack of a better name. I'm really bad at naming my songs. But this one, I decided I was really terrible at relationships. And so I needed to apologise to anyone I'd ever had a relationship with. So I wrote this song just saying basically, I'm sorry that I dragged you into my little web of drama or whatever it was, this web of something that I've dragged you into. And yeah, so it's this like quiet little song, and you think it's a quiet song. And then I have this huge outburst of, I'm so sorry. And it's really loud singing. It just comes from nowhere. It's a bit scary.
Oh, that's cute. Has anyone ever heard you sing the song that you've had a relationship with and
I think
said,
that
thank you for the apology?
I think I've kind of performed it and introduced it in a similar way while there were a few people in the audience that I might have been with. Not a few people at once,
Yeah.
I'm going to shut up. But like, yeah, there's been a few times where I have played it in front of a person and just said, yeah, this is to anyone I've ever had a relationship with.
And the second song, what's the second song? That's Pack My Bags, isn't it?
Yeah. I named it 5 minutes ago. It's a new thing that I've been doing because I sit on the train and practice guitar.
Yeah.
And I'm learning classical, so I practice it
Yeah.
because it takes half an hour to get to the city.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just get so distracted and the classical's just getting too full on, and I'll start writing a different song
Yeah.
to distract myself, and so that's where this one came from. And it's just about the idea, because I've had a fantasy for years that I'm going to take my dog and all my things in a car or a van and just go all the way around Australia heaps of times, touring and playing music in as many places as possible.
And
It's
this
about
is
that.
yeah, this is that about that happening.
Yeah.
Actually, that event.
Yeah,
That's what
and then
happened.
there's one verse as well that's like about kissing a boy, because I was thinking about that at the same time. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to travel Australia and I'm going to kiss you.
Do you know who he is yet?
Yeah. It was about a certain guy.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't kissed him yet and I wanted to kiss him, but I just thought,
So it's
well,
got a bit of romance in it as well.
yeah, a bit of everything.
Okay. And the third song that you're going to be singing, what's that about? And
The
what is
Voice
it
of
called?
Reason. It's a bit angry, and well, I'm angry in the song.
Yeah.
The song, I suppose, if a song could have feelings, it would be angry.
Yeah.
It deals with heaps of topics, like the words are just the first verse. I'm just saying people can use promises or they can use fear tactics. So you might think they're your friend or something, but I just don't trust them, and I suppose I'm very wary, and I just trust people who speak heart to heart. And then it's just saying, yeah, if you do trust these people, you can end up feeling really lost. And then in the second verse, I'm talking about sort of just the sexualization of everyone, because I think sex is great, but like I think we've gone overboard in everything, like in art, in the media, and all that stuff. And so it's sort of saying, yeah, shock tactics in the media have desensitized everybody.
That's a good point.
And then it's also saying about just sort of America and Hollywood and that whole reality that I feel as though they've desensitized everyone and sort of gained even power politically through just, keeping us all wrapped around their little finger.
Well, I can't wait to hear them. We'll go to a break now, and when we return, we'll get you to play them.
Groovy.
Groovy, baby.
Yeah.
You're watching Nat Chat. Stay with us. We'll be back with more very shortly.